O Holy Night starts on the E above middle C. I'm going to show you first how to play it with the suggested fingerings for the right hand part. Then I'll show you with single fingers so that you can see the notes on the piano. And then I'll explain the left hand part with the theory that goes behind it. And then I will put them together. Okay. Right hand part first. Now I'm going to show you with single fingers, and my bird may be up here a little bit to hang out with us. As I do this, I may lose the rhythm a little bit using only 2 fingers, but the notes should be right. Okay, now I will explain the left-hand part. Measures 1 and 2 use the C major chord, C, E, and G, and they are just holding that behind this part. It repeats with the G, and then you're going to the F major chord with C in the bass. So that is C, F, and A, using your 5, 2, 1. F major chord with C in the bass, and then it goes back to C major for the next 3 measures. And then we're going up to the G major chord with D in the bass. And again, that's a 5, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1 fingering with a D, G, and B for 1 measure. Back to C major for 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. So it's the last 2 measures of the first phrase and the first 2 measures of the next phrase. As we return, we've got F major with C in the bass again, 1, 5, 2, 1. back to C major. The fourth measure of the second line is a C7 chord with E in the bass. That is an E, B flat, and C. Again, 5, 2, 1. So you'll be coming from that C major chord, then you'll be moving up to a C7 chord, and from there you'll be moving to E minor. Your pinky finger stays on that E, E, G, B. So once again, looking at the second line, just so I haven't lost you, if I was to start on the second line of music, we are on we're on the note G in the right hand. The left hand has C major. Second measure is F with C in the bass. Back to C major. And then our C7 chord, which has E, B flat, C, moving to E minor. Your pinky stays where it is, E, G, B. From there, you're going to its dominant chord. So that dominant shape, but your notes are D sharp, A, and B. And that's measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back to E minor for 2 measures. It's the only time that you play that dominant chord. Now we're going to move to our G with D in the bass, D, G, B for 2 measures. The first measure of the third line has our C major chord again. For 2 measures. G with D in the bass for 2 measures. Back to C for 2 measures. Now it's still a C chord. No, it is not. No, it's not. It's an A minor chord coming next. Measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Measure 7 of the third line of music. We've got an A minor chord in the left hand with E, A, C. And that does that for 2 measures. Then back to E minor for 2 measures. Then we go down to 1 step to D minor, which is D, F, A. And you do that for 2 measures. And then you're going back to A minor with E in the bass, E, A, C for 2 measures. I am now in the third measure of line 4. Forgot to mention when I had moved to line 4. Fourth measure of line 4, keep your E, pinky on E where it is, and your thumb on C where it is. But now we're going to play G instead of A between those to create a C chord, but E is in the bass. E, G, C. And then from there, you're moving up to a G major chord, G, B, D. Then we're going back to that C with E in the bass. And then we're moving to an F major chord, F, A, C. Back to that C major chord with E in the bass. Up to G major. Once again, back to C with E in the bass for 2 measures. Up to G major, G, B, D. That is again on the first measure of the last line. Once again, back to that C with E in the bass, E, G, C. third measure of the last line is an F chord, F-A-C. Next measure, once again, C with E in the bass. Next measure, G-B-D, G major chord. Second to last measure, C major with E in the bass again. And then your last note is just, C by itself. Apologize about that E. Now I'll play the left hand straight through without talking. And now with hands together.